Today we're going to look at the differences between a city, a town, and a village. There are lots of factors that go into determining whether an area is considered to be a city, a town, or a village, but we're going to look at the two main ones, one being population and the other one a government. In the city population, it has a minimum population requirement of 2,500 residents, but it can grow to be much larger. The city is the largest of the three. For a town, there is no minimum population requirement for a town, so towns can fluctuate in size, but majority of the towns end up being the middle in size. And then we get to the smallest one, which is the village. Village actually has its population determined within the county. If a county is a population that is greater than 150,000 residents, a minimum of 2,500 residents are required to break off and incorporate. And a lot of the differences that we're going to find here are going to be in the local government. A city, the largest of the three, is an inhabited place of greater size, population, or importance. It has more importance than a town or a village. In America, a city is defined as a municipality within its own local government. Minimum population is still that 2,500. But there are lots of different exceptions and rules that are made if you are located in Cook County. Local area cities would be Evanston and Chicago. You can see that although both are considered cities, they are very different in population size. That's allowed. Both are still within those minimum requirements. The biggest changes that you're going to see, though, are in the city government. City government is run by a mayor, so a mayor who is elected by the people who live within that city limit. And the powers that mayor has are delegated by the state and county. A city government determines local laws, regulations, policies are created and approved by the voters of the city and their representatives. The city provides a lot of the local services to its citizens. So that would be the parks and recreation services, police and fire, housing services, emergency medical services. They have a municipal court, transportation services, so like public buses or trains, and then also the public works, which would be the streets, the sewers, snow removal, signage, things like that. And this is the city. Now, when we look at a town is a compactly settled area, usually larger than a village, but still smaller than a city. Sounds pretty vague, but it's important to note that a town is distinguished by defined boundaries and local government. Near us, a local town would be Schaumburg. So what's the difference in the government? Well, first of all, a town does have a mayor, like a city, and that mayor has veto power and is still considered to be the city's chief executive officer. They are the head of the police and fire department, and they run a common council meeting, but they only get to vote in the case of a tie. So they are our tiebreaker, and they also have that veto power. Well, the mayor is a member of the council. The mayor is not counted in determining whether a quorum or majority is present at a meeting. Now, when we get to the smallest of the three, this is a village. A village is the smallest of the three terms, and it is a small community, usually located in a rural area. Local area villages are Long Grove, Buffalo Grove, Lincolnshire, and Killdeer. Again, take a look at those populations. They're very different in sizes. The biggest difference is going to be in the village government. Village government is run by a president. The president runs board meetings. They do not have any additional influence or power on the board, though. So the president does not have any veto power. If there is a tie, they have to bring it back to a meeting and then re-vote later. The village presidents are members of the board, and they are counted in determining whether they meet a quorum. Just like I was talking about, when they meet that quorum, it's the majority. Although a mayor doesn't count for a quorum, the village president does because they serve as an equal party on the board. Some of the services that are provided at the village level, they can be village level local, or they can be provided by the county. So it's really up to the village and how much population they have. Many times police and fire are local to the village, and then all other services are provided by the county. So these are some of the big factors that go into determining whether an area is a village, a town, or a city. The biggest differences are with the population as well as the local government and influence that they are given. You'll notice that only a city has influence on the state government, as the other two do not have enough population nor influence to do so. So those are some of the differences that help us to determine what areas are villages, towns, or cities.